Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry about that I had to break this video up. I really didn't want to do that, but I had forgotten for a moment that I didn't plug my laptop in and it was about to die on me, so I had to stop the video. So anyway, I'm going to get back into the vibe of what I was speaking of before I started. So, I am going to first do what I supposed to have did in the beginning of the video, but it's okay. Um, I'm going to start from here and give you guys my intro. Hello, my True Tribe family. I'm Ruth Delgado, and this is Ruth Delgado's Glamour Page. Welcome to the newcomers, and for my True Tribe family of subscribers, thank you for your loyalty and love of truth, aka also the love of Ruth. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We support all good vibes, love, and support for the melanated community. Thank you for being a part of the Truth Tribe family. Truth Tribe for life. So, this is my intro that I am going to regularly start getting in the mode of making sure I say in the beginning, middle, and or end of every video. So guys, when I say that, y'all know what the deal is. All right. So I'm going to get back into the flow of things. So I was speaking about this video is an extension of my video that I've already posted by the time I post this video, where I spoke to you guys about what I decided to put the focus of my page on, giving you guys an idea of what kind of videos I'm going to be posting, what kind of footage, what kind of content I am interested in posting for you guys. So basically, if you've already been watching my channel consistently, you see that I'm an entrepreneur. I have two businesses as well as this YouTube channel. So I post a lot of advertisements and a lot of promo for my businesses. That's one thing that I post. I also post a lot of story times. I'm really good at doing throwback short clips of story times, and I love to do also long clips of story times, as well as telling you guys what I learned from these stories and from these experiences that I have had in my life that taught me something. And hopefully, prayerfully, you guys watching me and listening to my stories, it can help you get informed about some things that you may not have been informed about before you seen the video. So that is the reason basically for a lot of my story times, as well as I do some yoga and meditation for basically mental health and physical health and overall well-being, as well as self-care, self-love, spa videos, hair care videos, fashion, you know, different multiple things of that sort, makeup, um, anything that beautiful women, glamorous women, fabulous women like and take fancy in and decide, oh, I like that. That's cool. That's something that I like to vibe with. That's something that I like to, show interest in and see. So, carrying on, I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to give you guys a little disclaimer because I'm going to have lots of definitions and breaking down of details. It may bore some who have short attention spans and get bored easily and hated school. This video may not be for you. It just may not be. And that's fine. But for those still watching, thank you for watching, and please share, comment, subscribe, and tell us what you think and what you got out of the video. So what the agenda is from the start here is I'm going to really just expound on what I mean by value. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys again what the focus of the page is. My new focus of the page is on your quality leveling lifestyle. And when I say your, I mean me and everybody else who gravitates to Truth Tribe. Your quality leveling lifestyle, which means that you leveling yourself up, you leveling your life up, leveling your circumstances up, leveling your mind, leveling your education, how you educate yourself, how you inform yourself, you reading, you getting into all of your vibes, whatever you like to do. If you are a singer, you like to sing, you like to dance, you like to do art, whatever you like to do, doing more of that and coming more into yourself and basically just sharpening up your edges and showing the world, yeah, I'm bomb already because I was born that way, but I am going to sharpen up my edges and be even sharper and even more bomb and even more glamorous, even more decent. So that's what I mean when I say your quality leveling lifestyle. So I'm showing you guys my quality leveling lifestyle, how I'm, leveling up myself by creating different things for myself, creating different things that I can sell and other people can purchase and buy and be interested in as well. Creating opportunities for myself to be able to earn money on my own without having to completely always depend on jobs and, things that are not set in stone and may shift considering circumstances and situations that the world is in at the moment. So, I also talk about different triggers, hinting in on the story times, because in a lot of my story times, I've been through a lot of things. So a lot of people that may watch my videos, may watch my story times, you may feel triggered a lot of times. You may feel some type of way about some of the things that I decide to talk about and speak on, because a lot of the things that I do decide to speak on is things that others will not. They refuse to because it's just too triggering. So that's why I put that in the mix as well, because that is something to be expected if you're going to be watching my channel. Positive responsive behavior, and I couple the trigger with positive responsive behavior purposefully, because I understand that when you're triggered, a lot of times, just like a gun, you want to go off. But what is very important I've realized what was important for me to learn how to do was when I felt triggered, instead of going off like a gun, deciding to learn how to have a positive response to that triggering behavior that had me feeling a certain type of way, learning how to respond in a positive manner instead of my usual negative blow up. Now, I don't usually blow up, let me correct myself, but what I mean is my lower level of myself, So, as well as classy, unique style tips, like I said, I'm a fashionable person. I like to be fashionable. I like to be stylish. I like to be cute, colorful, popping, I'm all for it. So that's another reason why I do make it a point to provide that type of footage and that type of, you know, yeah, footage on my channel. What else? And style tips. Yeah. Classy, unique style tips for the melanated quality woman. And I call you ladies that watch my channel, if there's any guys that watch, thank you for watching as well. But I know a lot of times I post a lot of girly stuff. So that's why I say the melanated quality woman, because I'm melanated. It's clear to see. Not only is it clear to see, it's also clear to hear, because I definitely do not talk like I'm not melanated. So it's clear that I'm melanated, and so I definitely have a special love, gravitation, and appreciation for my melanated women, because I'm one of them. And I have also a lot of respect for my melanated women, but I do realize, being a melanated woman myself, that there is not a lot of respect for melanated women out here in society. Society does not value us very well. Society puts us out there as though our value is impacted by the size of our behind, or how long and flat our hair is, or how soft we can speak, or how sexy we can be, or how well we can satisfy a man in the bedroom, or how well we can compete with our men. And all of those are toxic qualities that we are taught to have. And I am praying that the ancestors help me even more to learn how to tell you guys how we need to unlearn this toxicity. It's toxic for us to not feel any value within ourselves unless it has something to do with sex, unless it has to do with some man, unless it has to do with a child. We are more than our sex, more than our children, and more than our men. We have value within ourselves and our own identity. And that is what I would like to emphasize in my YouTube channel, because I realize in the society that we live in, Black women, melanated women, are not valued. We're not taught to be valued, and we're not respected, and we're not taught how to properly value ourselves. We're taught to, in toxic ways, value ourselves. And then we're judged by, in toxic ways, valuing ourselves. But no one taught us how to do it in a way that wasn't toxic. So this video here is the video that I decided to produce for you guys to explain to y'all what I mean by what I'm saying here. So I've did my research. I've looked up some words in the dictionary. I've talked to some people. I've even read some books to get some information so that I can actually produce this information and come up with it. So a lot of this is going to be reading, because I did a lot of research to produce this video here. So guys, this is a lot of content that you might, if you're not the type of person that likes to learn, you might not get into this video. That's okay. Sometimes you just want to be entertained. I get it. But also, sometimes you want to learn. So this is one of those videos where I'm trying to help my sisters out and get my sisters to really be able to learn how we are so valuable beyond our physical features, our bust, our behinds, how big our lips are, how sexy our eyes are, how, alluring we are. Those are not bad qualities, but that is not the only thing that makes us valuable. We are not just valuable by the power of the pussy. Excuse my mouth, but I don't know what other way to say it. We are not just valued by that. And I feel like it's very important that we are taught in society as women, period, but definitely black women, because black women are taught not to value themselves. And society teaches black women that they're not to be valued. And so I would love for us melanated women to finally realize that there is true value that lies within us that's not between our thighs. So, I looked up the word value. The word value is a noun. It's the regard that something is held to deserve, the importance, worth, or usefulness of something or someone, a person's principles or standards of behavior, one's judgment of what's important in life. That's what value is. So when I say that we are more than just what's between our legs and our sexiness and our beauty, what I mean by that, and what we can do for a man and what we can do for our children, what I mean by that is I have done my research and I've broken it down to 5 main valuable identities all women possess and their meanings. Excuse me, guys. I had to break it down for you because I know that I had to break it down for myself. Because even though it's kind of like, well, this is something that we should already know, it's not taught to us. What's taught to us is toxic. What's taught to us ends up causing us to gravitate to people that's not good for us. So these are the kind of values that we're not regularly taught. And if we are taught these things, it's not a lot of time and effort that's geared towards really getting you to understand what is, being introduced to you through the message. So, the first thing that I've realized that women have naturally, all women have naturally, is procreation. That's a noun, and that's the production of offspring and reproduction. Now, mind you, some of us, differing from person to person, may have certain conditions, sicknesses, health issues, and problems that may prevent us from successfully producing. I would know because I've personally had those experiences myself. And if you've had that experience and you feel alone and you feel by yourself and you feel like no one understands, I have a video that I created already. It's called Bringing Attention to Ectopic Pregnancy Awareness. And you might not have had that experience specifically, but it's an experience of not feeling successful in being able to produce successfully. So a woman that may have issues, or a man that may have issues in that area, that video may be able to help you out and get you to like feel like, I'm not alone. So that is something that overall most people, it comes naturally, and it's something that makes you valuable. It is. But on the contrary, you can feel a sense of invaluableness if you go through a situation like, for instance, what I went through with my ectopic pregnancy, losing my child, not even realizing or knowing that I was even pregnant in the first place. When I went through that, I had a kind of an experience of feeling a little bit inadequate, um, and invaluable, because I'm like, I'm supposed to, as a human being and as a woman, be able to produce successfully. I'm able to produce, but you know, that experience being a non-success, it was like, wow, it was a hard hit, but it was a really good reality check too, because it made me snap out of it and realize that, wait a minute, sis, if this was a success, would you have been ready for it? And the answer was no, I wasn't ready for it yet. And so I can honestly say, even though to this day it hurts, the loss in and of itself, I still can say that I grew from the loss because I understood that I wasn't ready. And if I was successful in having a child, I may have produced a toxic child, and I don't want to do that if I can help it. So I'm appreciative to the ancestors that they allowed me to do more growing and maturing and bettering of my life before I was able to be successful in producing. But that is the first quality that I realized and of value that all women tend to possess, despite by default or circumstances differing from person to person. Overall, these are typical values that all women tend to have. Okay, that makes her a valuable woman without her having to slave for anybody, without her having to always be shaving, always be making sure she looks tip top shape, always be making sure she's sucking her stomach in, always making sure she's looking her best. She doesn't always have to do that. She could just be a woman and still be of value. This is what we're not taught. We are taught that, oh, you have to show that you're valuable to this man. I'm sorry, my very existence shows that I am of value to anybody, let alone a man. But the thing about it is, we have to focus and understand that we have been bamboozled and taught incorrectly, taught toxic things. And that's what makes us draw toxic relationships. You want to discontinue that terrible merry-go-round? Learn how to value yourself. Learn what values you have within yourself that doesn't reflect on you doing any sexual favors for anybody, that doesn't reflect on you altering your looks for anybody, that doesn't reflect on you slaving for anybody, that doesn't reflect on you putting your body through trauma thinking that that's going to make you look your best for someone else. But you realizing just you existing and you being able to produce and help somebody else exist that makes you valuable. Number two, number one was procreation. Number two is nurturing. Nurturing is a verb, and it's caring for and encouraging the growth and the development of something or someone. So, this is another value that all women tend to usually have. Now, mind you, like I said for the first one, and this probably will apply to all five of these different attributes. Differing from person to person, everybody's different. So, yes, it may be a certain circumstance where some women may say themselves that they may not possess these values, these qualities within themselves. That does not make you any less valuable, but these qualities are just a few of the qualities that I came up with my research, as well as me knowing myself as a woman, knowing other women, and realizing overall, without us having to do anything, these are five definite things that initially, usually, if not all of them, some of them you have as a woman. So, to expound on the nurturing side of a woman, and men can be nurturing as well. But like I said, because most of the things that I post on this page is usually for women, I usually tend to gravitate to the females. But men, if you're watching, I respect you. I appreciate your support as well. And I do know and understand that you men are definitely capable of being nurturing also. So here's an example of a nurturing person. My mom, she's probably one of the most nurturing people that I know. My mom had found out that my niece, my brother's daughter, she had some food allergies because her skin, she would break out, and her skin would break out. So my mom's nurturing quality kicked in, and she decided to start, finding out, okay, what different things can I start feeding her so that she doesn't have these issues with her skin. And my mom also did the same thing with me, because I also had issues with my skin, but my skin issues was different than my niece's skin issues. I had specifically acne. And well, I still do, but it's not as bad as it was when I was younger. But that was my issue, my skin issue. But my niece had a different skin issue. But getting to the focus of what my point is, that nurturing side of her took care of us in a manner of teaching us how we can take care of our skin by taking her advice and eating certain kinds of foods that can help us with that problem. So that is part of, an example of what I can say for being a nurturing type of person. Being the type of person that can raise children, even if they're not their own. Or not even children, it could be animals. So you don't have to just nurture children to be a nurturing person. You can nurture other people that's your same age group, So nurturing is just basically feeding a person what they need. You know what I'm saying? Without judging them, without being harsh towards them, and without holding against them anything that they might have complications with by default. Being a very understanding person, but still teaching this person and helping this person grow and becoming a better individual. That's a good nurturing person. This is a valuable trait that, if not all women have, most women have, especially black women for sure. Because I'm a black woman. So, number 3, planners. A planner is a person who makes plans. So, typically speaking, all women are not planners. I know. But we can teach ourselves to be very good planners. We can. And when we are very good planners, we are very good mothers. We're very good wives. We're very good, business owners. Whatever we're doing, we're very good at it when we're great planners. And usually, if you know somebody that's a good mom, you know somebody that's a good aunt, you know somebody that's just a good worker, you know somebody that's good at whatever they do, a lot of times they plan. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, if you don't plan, you're not going to be able to really produce the best quality that you can produce, because you didn't think about it beforehand. You just ran with it without realizing what you had yet. So when you plan, you realize what you have. Not only do you realize what you have, but you find out how to work with it. You find out what you need to work with it. What you can and cannot do. You cannot do that without planning. And that's why you have a lot of people running ragged, because they don't plan. They love to say this thing, I just play it by ear. And I used to say it too. It's cliche, but it's BS. Because you playing it by ear is exactly why you keep falling on your ass. Because you're not planning anything. And you wondering why things are not turning out the way that you planned for it. You didn't plan for it to turn out. Because you didn't plan. So of course it's not going to turn out the way that you planned for it to turn out. You didn't plan in the first place. But when you do plan, it don't always turn out the way you planned for it to go. That's another thing. It don't. Sometimes it goes all the way left. But regardless of whether things turn out the way you plan for them to go or not, a plan still gives you better direction, and it makes you look better put together. It makes you look like you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that women have the capability of. If they're not doing it already naturally, which a lot of women do naturally already plan very well. But if they don't, they can learn. But it just depends on whether they're willing to. So, number 4, organizer. A person who organizes, of course, is an organizer. So what I mean by an organizer, I mean it in so many different tenses, to be honest. Because you can organize friendships very well and know, as a person, everybody in your life, who can get along well and who can't, who you can put in the same room, who you can't put in the same room. Now tell me that it's not a lot of women that know how to do that. A lot of times, I'm sorry guys, but a lot of times men do not know how to do that. But women, especially, I can say for myself, me, I have a knack for that. I have a knack for being able to know what type of personalities are going to mesh well. I think that's female quality. Because to be honest, I've seen a lot of guys that have issues with that. But I've seen a lot of females that do it like it ain't nothing. It's like it's water, like it's natural. It come natural to them. So that's part of what I mean by organizer. But I also mean, figuratively speaking, organizers too. Because if you want to be a good person that knows how to keep house, and I'm not saying that you have to be a person that, is slaving around and, making yourself feel like you got to be the housekeeper. No, because that's not good for anybody ever. But what I mean by that is when it comes natural to you and it's fun. Because me personally, I know every woman's not like me. I know that. But me personally, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it tends to get kind of fun when I get a tight knit grip on my organization skills. Not only is it more fun, but it's a lot like stress relieving because I understand that when I organize and I keep things organized a lot better, I tend to know very well where things are. I tend to be able to flow very well with doing whatever I need to do for that time. Like, it works out a lot better than not being better organized. That's for sure. And honestly, I have complications with it too. But I'm pushing myself towards being better organized and better put together because I realize it even makes me feel like I'm put together just in my mind. Like, even, I don't know if most other people realize that, but even when your surroundings are a mess, in your head you a mess. But when your surroundings are, for the most part, pretty put together, they ain't got to be perfect all the time, but for the most part put together, you feel for the most part put together, not all over the place, not raggedy. So that's why I feel like it's definitely very pertinent for people to pay attention to their organization skills. And if you have to, like I purposefully have to force myself a lot of times. Even though when I get into the flow, it flows like water. But I gotta get into it. That's where my complication is. Everybody's different. I have to get into it. But once I get into it, it's like, ooh, this is decent. But that stubbornness, I got some stubbornness with me, y'all. For real. I'm going to keep it as transparent as I possibly can. I'm a little stubborn. But it works out well for me in a lot of times because I have protected myself in a lot of those areas too. But, so guys, I realize women, we know how to put the right groups together. We know the wrong people, keep them in that group. We know, okay, how to organize, what to say to you, how to say it to you. We know when you having a catastrophe, we know how to try to put things into perspective for you, make things make sense again. That's organization skills too. So organization skills is like super lit. And you a super lit person when you master that. And I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. I'm getting there. I ain't super lit yet, but I'm lit. I'm not super lit yet. But I'm working on it because I realize this is very important if you want to really learn what you need to value in yourself and show up as her. So we have procreation, we have nurturing, we have planners, we have organizers, and last but certainly not least, the fifth and final main valuable identity all women possess and their meanings is the spirit guide. And that is an entity that remains as a disincarnate spirit to act as a guide or protector to a living, incarnate human being. And basically, that kind of aids with the parenting, the spirit guide, where, you know, you're responsible. When you become a parent, you're responsible for your child. You're responsible for making sure that they're protected, that they're provided with a life that can keep them protected, that can build them a life that can keep them in good stance and have them help them grow and mature and become better individuals and become stronger and become wiser and, you know, go through life and not be toxic towards people, but be very flourishing and nurturing and good towards people. So that will wrap up this portion of the video, but this is a two-part portion because I expounded already on, according to my research and my studying of myself, of people around me, as well as my research that I did in history. These are the 5 qualities that I have come to understand that all women do possess, and all women can always sharpen up on and improve and show up as in the world, and demand for the love and the respect and the honor and the protection that she deserves as a woman. So, I'm going to go into the next section of this video. And the next section is, these are the full 10 qualities of value all women usually naturally possess. Now, I did 5 qualities first, just for the short attention span people who may not have been able to stick around long enough for 10 qualities. So that's why I broke it up that way, okay, y'all? Just in case y'all wondering, like, wait a minute, it seemed like you talking about the same thing. I am. But I kind of like shortened it up because I noticed in the first bit of the video is kind of like the part that everybody looks at, and that if you don't get people to go through that, at least you can get them to see that section and see the very, very, very important section. And I felt like those 5 qualities is super important. So if you didn't continue to watch this video, that's fine. But if you did, oh my goodness, I love you so much. And I appreciate you so much for the support and for your patience and for being the type of person that can do you a favor. Because if you lasted this long in this video, you can do yourself a favor and learn. Because a lot of people are not willing to learn, especially adults. Adults act like just because they adults, like they're not supposed to be learning no more. If you stop learning as an adult, are you really an adult? I don't know. I digress. But anyway, it's not good to stop learning. Period. Point blank period. It's just not. It's not good. Okay? So I'm going to continue so that I can get out of you guys' hair with this video. So I'm going to basically just go through everything like I've already did for the first section, but I'm probably going to go through this section a bit quicker. So first thing is emotional resilience refers to one's ability to adapt to stressful situations and crisis. So, like I said, this is kind of an extension of the first 5 main valuable qualities and values of women. This 10 qualities is an extension of the 5. So basically, how the emotional resilience comes in is, we all have moms, we all have aunts, we all have those strong female backs of the family who we all know when we become emotional wrecks, we can go to them and they have that certain resilience within them that they don't break down with you unless you probably want them to. But other than that, they don't break down with you. They're strong enough to hold it all together, even if they have to hold it together for you too. So that's definitely a bomb behind quality of women, especially black women. Because black women, oh man, our resilience, our emotional resilience is crazy. To the point that sometimes we self-sabotage because we so strong. But see, when you strong like that, that's why you have to create limits. Because see, when you're a strong person, people try to make you feel like it's your job to be strong. It's not your job to be strong. Just because you are strong, it's not your job to be strong. It's just your duty when it's in your position to be a strong person to make that happen. But it is not your job. And it's not for you to be strong for everybody else either. Because first you have to be strong for yourself. And you have to be strong within yourself. Because if you're not strong for yourself or within yourself, you cannot be strong for anybody else. Point blank, periods. Bottom line. There's no way around it. So the next, number 2, emotional resilience was number 1. And number 2 is to be nurturing. Requires practice of humility, love, and gentleness so that other people feel safe to be who they are in your presence. So, this is a very good quality too when it comes to friendships, relationships, everything, family, everything, because who doesn't want to make sure that who they're around, they feel safe to be able to really express themselves, and they don't have to feel judged, and they don't have to feel ridiculed, and they don't have to feel like somebody's going to run them over with a bus because they don't like what they're saying, or they don't like the gist of where they're coming from, or whatever the situation may be. So that is what I mean by the nurturing. The next one, number 3, is being emotionally available, means being reachable. Is both the ability to feel deeply as well as to communicate those deep feelings to others. Now, it's not a lot of people that's able to do this. And mind you, this gift comes with a price. And it's not cheap. What I mean by that is, it takes a very emotionally strong, when you go right back to number 1, the emotional resilience. It takes a very emotionally strong person to be emotionally available, because that's another common problem nowadays with a lot of people. A lot of people are just literally not emotionally available. They're just cold. They're just solid like a rock. Like, it's just cold. Nothing but coldness. And that's not a good quality to have as a woman. But when you are a woman and you literally are being emotionally available and reachable, and it's you able to actually get through to people and actually have people open up to you and not block themselves from you because they feel like they can't trust you. It's a good space to be in, to be able to be emotionally available to others, but it's vulnerable, and you have to be strong and you have to be wise to be able to successfully do that without hurting yourself at the overall. Number 4, cleanliness and organization. No one wants a dirtball woman. Very true. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. I'm only human, okay? So I have my times where sometimes I have a cat. Sometimes I don't feel like cleaning his litter when it's a mess. Okay? But when it gets to a certain extent, I make myself get the heck up and go ahead and take care of cleaning and doing what I got to do, organizing, doing what I got to do. So I said all that to say this. We are human. We are not robots. We are definitely not maids either. So no one likes to be made to feel like a maid or a robot either. But it is important for us to be mindful, regardless of us being human, that nobody wants a dirtball woman. So even though you don't want to be used like you were made, you do have to be mindful to make sure that don't be a dirtball. Okay. Number 5, stay snatched. Make sure you always put together. When you're a little lazy, even when you're a little lazy, we all have those days. So cleanliness and organization and staying snatched, they kind of go hand in hand, because laziness, if you being lazy, you ain't gonna clean. If you being lazy, you ain't gonna organize. And if you being lazy, you ain't gonna be snatched. So they kind of go hand in hand, 4 and 5. So basically, you don't necessarily have to work out, because I'm going to say this because I'm going to be honest, I don't work out. But I am definitely about to get myself more consistently on the role of doing meditation and yoga, which is a sense of working out. It's not like hard working out, but it is a sense of working out. But right now, other than that, yeah, I don't work out. So I'm not ever going to preach to y'all to do something that I'm not doing. Because, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. Kudos to you, baby. But, yeah, that's not my thing. But, no, actually, I'm not going to say that's not my thing. It's just that with everything going on in the world, even pre-COVID, I might work out. That's why I said with everything going on in the world. Now, pre-COVID, I wasn't working out, but I had in the past. So, I'm not like totally like, oh, I'm not working out. No, I'm not against it. But I'm just not one of those people that's always in the gym. Even though people a lot of times assume I am. And I'll be like, what? Nope. But I'm not afraid of walking. I'm also not afraid of eating healthy. And I'm also not afraid of, like I said, doing my yoga and my meditation and stuff like that, which also helps you to stay in good figure, have a good figure. So, and I also love to maintain a healthy mindset, because that also can make you gain weight. Do I got to expound on that? Yes. If your mindset is jacked up, it's going to make you go get that ice cream. It's going to make you go get that chocolate. It's going to make you go get that cake. Okay? Telling you. So, number 6, discipline yourself. Dang, it's like all of these have to do with the one before it. Discipline yourself. So if you have children or get them later, you discipline yourself well. You can do it with anyone else. Okay. I'm going to expound on this. This is not just for children, but I just use that as a prime example because this is something that people don't never think about. Like they think that they can just run ragged and just be so undisciplined and so ratchet and out of order, but they children supposed to be so disciplined and so well behaved. It's like it don't even match. What are you doing, huh? And that's why your kids looking at you like you crazy. Cause it's like, sis, you mom and you full of ratchetness. How you expect me to be full of you know, discipline and structure? So basically, that means if you want your life to be productive in any ways wise, if you want to be wealthy, if you don't want to be stressing every day about paying bills, if you don't want to be stressing every day about how you going to eat, if you don't want to be stressing every day about somebody fussing at you because they controlling your pay that you get, then you need to get into the habit, and I am still learning how to stay in the habit of self-discipline. Like I told y'all, I be making myself do stuff. That's self-discipline. When you make yourself. Yeah, you might not always feel like it. So what? Make yourself. When you know that it's important, when you know it's something that you value, they go that word value again. When you know it's something that you value, it's something that's important, it's something that you want to actually see come into fruition, then you make yourself do what you have to do to see it happen. That's how you become an adult. That's how you make yourself responsible. Self-discipline. A lot of people don't have self-discipline, and they don't even realize it. They'll tell you left and right, yes, I do got self-discipline. Get all in your neck and all. But no, you don't. You know how? We know. We all know you don't have self-discipline. You know how we know? We know because you can't get your paycheck and control your money. That shows you don't have self-discipline. You can't come to a decision in your mind to say, you know what, I'm working for someone else, but I got skills to pay the bills on my own without working for nobody else. Let me use my own self-discipline and sharpen up my skills I already naturally have and see if I can make some money that way. Self-discipline. But see, people don't know how to discipline themselves, which is why they have very much complication trying to discipline anybody else. Because why? Because why would anybody else listen to you trying to tell them what to do and you don't even listen to yourself? Think about it. You can't listen to your own advice, but you finna expect somebody else to take your advice? Do you really think they not paying attention? If they listening to your advice, they listening to you. They paying attention. They not going to listen to what you saying if they don't see that you have self-discipline, that you know how to be responsible, that you know how to reprimand yourself when you not acting right. You know how to check yourself. So don't nobody else have to do it. So you don't have to keep getting an offense, or you don't have to keep fussing at nobody because you mad because you don't like how they responded or whatever. You know how people be. Self-discipline is just extremely important, especially if you ever want to be a parent, especially if you ever think you might be a parent. Self-discipline is very important, extremely when you have children, because your children see you. Your children not blind. They not dumb and they not stupid. They see you. So if you don't have no self-discipline, you running ragged, you doing whatever the heck you want, guess what? That's exactly what they're going to do. And it don't matter how much you tell them not to, they not going to listen to what you say because they listening to what you doing. So, number 7, stay focused and goal-oriented. Be active and productive on your own. Have your own plans and stick to them. This helps you have your own identity. So basically, one thing that I realized that a lot of females, me included, in the past, but not anymore now, but in the past, have problems with is when they get into relationships with someone, they tend to lose themselves. They tend to lose their productivity on their own. They tend to lose their identity of who they are. They tend to lose what they like. They don't know what they like anymore. They barely have any hobbies anymore. Like, it's very important for you to have identity of your own and maintain that and stay productive. Whatever you do that makes you feel alive and makes you feel like this is so me, do it, because that is what you're here for. That is what's necessary for you to help yourself, to keep yourself intrigued, to keep yourself busy, to keep yourself focused. Because a lot of times women be so focused on trying to be in a relationship with somebody that they don't realize that you could be focusing on your goals. You could be staying active. You could be staying productive. And the man that you praying so hard for would come even faster. But you don't realize that because you focused on the wrong thing. Focus on your goals. Focus on being active, being productive, and having your own life and your own skills, your own vibes, your own thing that you like to do, and stick to that. Stick to it. Don't start adjusting and changing it because you done met somebody else that's different. No, stick to what you know. Stick to what defines you. Stick to what makes you feel alive. Number 8, be inspirational. Be the one who is constantly leveling up and inspiring others to do the same. So this is something that's very valuable for a woman because I swear it makes you look like you superhuman. Like, because it's like, it's just an amazing trait for a person to have, especially a woman. A man can have this trait too, of course, but it's very intriguing, I feel like, for anybody to see a woman who is constantly leveling up. Every time you see this girl, she's just like focused. She's just like on a mission. She's just like doing bigger, better things. She on it, and it makes you feel like you want to be on it. It makes you feel like, I got to get on my ish, I got to get on my A game, because you feel that drive. That drive becomes your drive because it's like it rubs off. That's why it's good to keep certain people around you that match your future. Don't keep people around you that match your past. Kick them people out. If they don't want to change, they got to go. Love them from a distance. Because if you want to change, they're not going to do nothing but hold you back. Point blank, period. Kick them up, kick them out. You have to gravitate towards people that meet the standards of what you want your life to look like in the future, not what your life looked like in the past. If you want to grow, you want to get better, you want to move forward, that's what you have to do. Stay the course, no matter what or how things look. Don't give up. Don't give up hope in yourself or in your goals and dreams. This is so crucial and it's so important because, honest to God, it's hard to do because the world is like strong on trying to disappoint you. The world is strong on trying to make you feel like you're not supposed to continue to do the good things that you know you're supposed to do in your heart. The world will make you feel discouraged in a minute. Do not allow society to make you feel discouraged. Do not allow this world to make you feel like what you know in your heart and in your mind and in your spirit makes you feel alive, that you're not supposed to be doing that. You kick them out your life if they make you feel that way, period. And then last but not least, number 10, never stop learning. Stay teachable. The oldest but most intelligent person knows they still have more to learn. I have spoken to a lot of different people of a lot of different age groups in my life. And some of the oldest people told me the most common thing that almost directly matches this saying right here. Don't stop learning. Never stop learning. The only time that you should ever stop learning is when you coke over and you dead. And we saying R.I.P. Other than that, you should still be learning. You should stay teachable. As long as that person is not teaching you something that's not good, always keep your radars right. Make sure we all know the difference between good and bad. So still be mindful of that. But stay teachable. Because the oldest and wisest person is old and wise because they know you never stop learning. Thank you guys for watching. And I really hope and pray that you guys got a lot of information from this video. I was very I feel so full of energy even providing you guys with this video. I feel really good about this video. So guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share. This video, I definitely say that I would love, like a huge heart love, like with my arms love, for everyone who sees this video and is intrigued by it to share it with someone, preferably a young woman that may be lost, that may need some guidance, that just may feel like she don't have any value within herself. Share it with her because this can help her. It helped me. It helped me. So that's why I decided to share it with you guys. So hopefully it helps you. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back again. This is my second video today. So if you've watched my other video with me wearing the same outfit, I did more than one video in the same day. I'm not wearing the same clothes every day. And please excuse my fro. It is not looking in its best form. That's one of the reasons why I'm using filters today. So anyway, actually this is my third video. I forgot for a second that I did upload a video earlier today. So guys, on a serious note, I am really producing so many videos now of certain structure and quality. So I'm going to give you guys a disclaimer before I really get knee deep into this video here. So basically the theme for this video is first value theme. Basically, this video is talking about the value of the melanated woman. And if you watch my video that I posted before this, I basically expounded on what I am producing and directing my channel into as far as my videos that I'm posting. And it's a continuation note that I forgot to add to the last video that I just posted right before this one that I'm going to say right now. I decided to create the focus in the melanated and valued woman because I have realized Society does not teach us to value ourselves or reach others. So, with this page and the ancestors' help, I can do my part to help those who want it, like me, the support and the love. So, basically, what my page is about, just in case you may not have seen the video that I posted before this video, which this is kind of like they go together, like the videos kind of go together. This is kind of like a 1 and 2 type edition video. So my focus for the page now is I'm focusing on your quality leveling lifestyle, triggers, positive responsive behaviors, and classy unique style tips for the melanated quality woman. And so that's why I said I decided to create this focus on the melanated and valued quality woman, because I realize society does not teach us to value ourselves and or each other. So I'm producing what I'm producing in these videos on this page to help my fellow, other human beings, people, and Truth Tribe, people that are interested in the truth and learning how to be truthful and be honest and be healthy people. So that's why I decided to gear this page in that direction. So guys, I need to pause this for a moment, and I'm going to have to probably have multiple different videos for this particular video. My apologies for that, because my battery is getting low and I'm going to have to leave the computer, and I don't know if it's going to go off or not. So I'm going to have to stop it completely, go get my charger, and come back and complete this video. So I shall return.